My $800 billion project will light up Africa and build a world of pride and power, showing Africa can lead with its own strength. In the heart of West Africa, nestled among vast deserts and rugged landscapes, lies Burkina Faso, a small landlocked country. For decades, this nation struggled with poverty, limited resources, and a lack of basic services like electricity and clean water. Many of its people lived in rural villages where darkness fell at sunset, leaving homes without light. Schools had no power and hospitals couldn't operate life-saving equipment. But today, Burkina Faso is rewriting its story with an extraordinary $800 billion hydroelectric project. This project could transform not just the country, but the entire continent of Africa. Led by the visionary Captain Ibrahim, it's more than just a power plan. It is a bold declaration of independence, a beacon of hope and a blueprint for a brighter future. The world is watching in awe as this small nation dares to dream big. It's proving that Africa can control its own destiny through innovation and self. With an $800 billion price tag, this is one of the largest infrastructure projects ever conceived. Critics scoffed at first, saying it was impossible for a country like Burkina Faso, but Captain, a young and determined leader, believed in the impossible. He believed Burkina Faso's rivers, people, and untapped potential could change everything. His plan: build 11 dams along the Mahoun River, connect them to a smart electric grid serving 15 West African countries. This isn't just about lighting homes. It's about empowering the entire region, powering schools, hospitals, factories, and farms, creating millions of jobs, and lifting up a whole generation. As workers pour concrete, install turbines, and lay cables, the dream is taking shape. Burkina Faso is stepping into a leadership role for a new African era. This project is a symbol of hope and defiance. For too long, African nations depended on foreign aid and exploitation. Their resources were taken, while their people struggled. S plan challenges that narrative directly. He partnered with Cuba, Iran, and Brazil, not the traditional Western powers. These alliances show that Africa can pick its own path and partners. The $800 billion project declares that Africa doesn't need saviors, it needs opportunity. As the dams rise and lights come on, a new story is being written. Even a small nation can achieve greatness by dreaming big. To understand the impact, we must revisit Burkina Faso's past. Once known as Upper Volta, the country gained independence from France in 1960, but independence didn't bring prosperity. The land is mostly dry, with deserts and savannas where rainfall is scarce. Farming, the main livelihood, has always been difficult. Unpredictable weather and limited water access worsened the poverty. Many families struggled to find clean water, food, and healthcare. Electricity was a rare luxury, mostly found in cities like Ouagadougou and Babou. Even there, power outages were common, disrupting daily life. Businesses, schools, and homes shut down without warning. In rural areas, life was even harder. Villagers had no power at all. Families used candles, kerosene lamps, or firewood for light. These options were costly, dangerous, and environmentally harmful. They produced toxic smoke and led to deforestation. Children couldn't study at night. Hospitals couldn't refrigerate medicine or run essential equipment. Doctors sometimes performed surgery by candlelight. Lives were lost due to a lack of power for machines like ventilators. These weren't just inconveniences. They blocked progress. Burkina Faso's potential was held back by darkness. Politically, the country had its share of instability. Coups and leadership changes made development difficult. Foreign aid provided short-term relief, but aid often came with strings attached. Conditions restricted Burkina Faso's freedom. Sometimes they were forced to buy specific goods or equipment. This made the country even more dependent. By 2022, people were fed up. Captain Ibrahim took power through a military coup. He promised to change things. He saw electricity as the key to progress, not just for Burkina Faso, but for the whole of West Africa. The $800 billion hydroelectric project was born from that belief. ISNT, a typical leader, young, determined, and patriotic. He had a bold goal: to make Burkina Faso strong and independent. Captain calls it the second independence, not just freedom from colonial rule, but freedom from poverty, darkness, and foreign control. He says Africa can't rely on others to save it. It must save itself. This project proves it's possible. Many outside Africa are paying attention. They're surprised, even shocked, at what's happening. They didn't expect such vision and action from Burkina Faso, but Africans aren't surprised. They know their people are capable of greatness. They've just lacked the opportunity and leadership. Now, with this vision and the people's energy, change is real. This isn't just a project, it's a movement. Other African nations are taking notice. Some want to copy the model. Ghana and Mali are discussing similar dam networks. A Pan-African energy revolution may be starting. The African Union praised the effort. They called it a leap toward true continental independence. Global news outlets are beginning to cover the story. Uses every speech to emphasize African pride. He says, "Africa will not beg, we will build." His speeches resonate with millions across the continent. He blends technical planning with emotional power. He speaks of ancestors, warriors, and dignity. He tells young people, "You are the future engineers, not migrants." He challenges colonial-era narratives. Africa isn't poor. It's been robbed. Now it's time to reclaim what was taken. In school curricula, the dam project is now studied. Children learn how their country became an energy leader. It builds pride and inspiration for the next generation. Critics say the project is too ambitious, that $800 billion is too much, that Africa should go slower. Responds, "Why should we think small?" He believes dreaming big is the only way to grow. Small goals create small futures. He also points out hypocrisy. Western nations build huge projects for themselves. Why deny Africa the same chance? The project has also had cultural impact. Songs are being written about the dams of light. Artists paint murals showing turbines and sun. This is national pride expressed through art. Burkina Faso's flag waves beside images of hydropower. The message is clear. We did this ourselves. Women play a key role too. They're being trained as engineers and electricians. Says, "We will not leave half our population behind." One woman led a team installing power lines to 5 villages. She said, "This is my gift to my mother and my daughters." These are the silent heroes of transformation. The hydro project also boosts environmental protection. Solar and hydro are clean energy sources. They reduce reliance on diesel and wood. Forests can regrow. Air quality improves. Children breathe easier, literally and metaphorically. The $800 billion isn't just spent. It builds the economy from within. Contractors, suppliers, and workers are all local. This keeps money in the country. It builds financial independence. It reduces debt and reliance on outside help. Soon Burkina Faso may export electricity. That means earning revenue instead of paying for power. It flips the script on energy dependence. Burkina Faso becomes a producer, not just a consumer. It joins the global energy conversation with confidence. It has something to offer the world. Captain envisions an African energy belt, a line of hydro and solar projects from Senegal to Ethiopia. It would light up the continent like never before. This vision unites technology, sovereignty, and hope. It's not about one man or one country. It's about an entire continent rising. Burkina Faso is writing a new story. One not of struggle, but of solution. One of strength, not dependence. Says, "Let us stop waiting. Let us start building." He believes true freedom comes with action, and that action is happening. Dam by dam, wire by wire. He visits villages and construction sites himself. He talks to workers, eats local food, listens to elders. He reminds people, "This is your project, not mine." In return, people chant his name, not as a savior, but as a symbol of belief in themselves. They chant, "Dignity. Dignity as they work." A grandmother in Bobo-Dioulasso said, "My grandson will grow up in light, not darkness." Tears welled in her eyes as she watched a power pole rise. In Ouagadougou, children draw pictures of dams and lights. Their dreams are no longer of escape. They dream of building, staying, and leading. The West still watches, with mixed feelings. Some praise their courage. But Burkina Faso doesn't wait for permission. It moves forward with clarity. Its compass is the will of the people. Africa is watching, and slowly, Africa is waking. To power, to potential, to pride. The dam lights are symbolic. They are more than electricity. They represent a burning desire for transformation. And so, in a country once ignored, now shines a beacon, not of aid, but of African ambition, built by African hands.